Hello, welcome to my first YouTube video of 2023. It's coming towards the end of January now, so this video is a little bit late in the day, but I wanted to do a video summarising 10 of my essential winter hiking kit pieces. I'm asked a lot, especially at the moment, about winter hiking and what I recommend people take, what they wear, how to keep warm. So even though we're coming to the end of winter, not just yet actually, we still have like a good 6 weeks of this cold weather. So hopefully this will come in handy and also prepare you for next year. I'm going to be talking through all of my kit, where you can get it from, affordable options, as well as obviously the pricier stuff if you did want to invest in some good kit. But I will preface this video with saying, be safe out there, always make sure you check the weather, always make sure you bear in mind that we have much less daylight this time of year, and the hikes take longer in winter because of the snow and the ice and the cold. So just be mindful of that, make sure you're prepared, make sure you have all the kit necessary to be safe, and make sure you always take a battery pack as well, especially this time of year. I find that my iPhone battery drains a lot quicker in the cold, so always be prepared, always be safe, check the weather, be responsible, and then you can have fun safely, which is obviously what it's all about. But yeah, let's get to the kit. So first and foremost, kind of important, hiking boots. Where is my other one? Oh my god, I thought I hadn't packed it. Can you imagine? First and foremost, hiking boots. I would recommend getting Gore-Tex hiking boots. You can opt for waterproof or water resistant, but they're just not going to be as waterproof to the level of Gore-Tex. And the last thing you want is that water and that cold seeping in, because cold feet, you just can't recover from that on a hike. So these are SPORTIVA boots. I definitely recommend them, but they are on the pricier side. So I would recommend going into a Go Outdoors or a Mountain Warehouse or any kind of outdoor store and trying on a few options for boots, because it's great having recommendations from people and seeing them online, but everyone has different feet. So I think the most important thing is to try them on, see what's comfortable for you. If possible, go for Gore-Tex. If not, waterproof is fine. And with winter boots, I would opt for sizing up, either a half size or a full size, because you're going to want thick socks. I often double up on socks as well, so I always size up in boots, especially in winter, just to allow for the extra padding for some warm socks to keep my toesies warm. Following on from boots are gaiters. So gaiters are kind of, how do you even explain these? It's kind of a waterproof addition of material that goes over the lower leg and clips onto your boots, predominantly to stop snow and rain from entering the top of your boots. So I have these cute little ankle gaiters, which are good if I'm just in, it's a dry day and I've just got kind of fresh snow or packed ice, and I know it's not going to kind of go up to past my ankle. I just kind of think they're really cute and they look really cute on my boots. That's literally the only reason I have them. Additionally, you can get the full length gaiters, and these go all the way up to your, like kind of just below your knee. So really good if you're going through deeper snow or if you're in a really wet, rainy hike. These are Gore-Tex, and these are from TREKMATES. These are actually, as you can see, a new pair, which I've not yet worn this winter, but I have worn these a few times. They make so much difference, because once that snow or rain gets in the top of your boot, game over. You've got wet, cold feet for the whole day, and it sucks. So definitely invest in some good gaiters. You can get these from Go Outdoors, TREKMATES online. There are loads of different brands. Mine just happen to be TREKMATES. This is the Nevis gaiter, and these are the ankle gaiters. So yeah, definitely worth investing in a pair to keep yourself warm, dry on winter hikes. Staying in the footwear region, we're going to go on to crampons or spikes. So these are very scary looking metal attachments that clip onto the bottom of your boots. Not clip, but kind of attach on. So you've got spikes on the bottom which will dig into the ice and just help give you stability on the packed kind of slippery icy surfaces. So these are actually only micro crampons. These aren't the massive grivel crampons that you may have seen, but they're also a little bit bigger than just your general spikes. So these are a good middle ground, and I've found these pretty handy. These are from Nortec micro crampons, and I think they go for like £20–30 on Amazon, but you can also find some beginner spikes on Amazon for as little as £10, but they're really good just for helping you with your stability on the icy areas of a hike, because otherwise you'll fall over. It's ice. So quick ad break, this video is supported by YFood, who want to make sure that we're well fueled on hikes and have all the energy and vitamins and nutrients that we need. I've mentioned YFood before because I opt for their drinks in the summer and autumn months. So they are complete meals in drink form with 25 vitamins and minerals and nutrients. They're really handy for when I'm on the go. But in winter, the energy bars are a little bit more convenient for me and just give me a bit more substance, which I want in winter when I'm cold and hungry. So there are a number of different flavours. I have salted nuts and chocolate, hazelnut, salted caramel, and coconut and white chocolate. That one's probably my favourite. So yeah, these are super tasty. They're high in protein and fibre, and they have plenty of vitamins and nutrients to keep you going on a long hike. So go and check out YFood. The link is in my bio, and you can use this discount code here on the bottom of the screen to get yourself some money off. And thank you to YFood for supporting this video and for fueling me on my hikes. Next up is layering. So you're going to have areas where you're getting warmer if you're climbing, if you're ascending, but then you're going to get cold very quickly once you stand still or once you're on the way down. So I pretty much live in thermals throughout winter, just to keep warm because I'm such a cold person. I get cold all the time. So good to invest in a pair of thermal base layers. I'm wearing some right now, which are my more common ones that I pretty much live in, and they're by ACAI. So that's a female only brand, ACAI Outdoorwear. And I like them because they're so thick, they're so skin tight that I kind of forget I'm wearing them. They're like an additional layer of skin, and I can put trousers or leggings on top of them as well as tops, but they're just so tight and warm, I forget I've got them on, but they definitely make a bit of a difference. These are some others, again, new ones that I've got, and these are merino wool, so that's a good option as well. But any kind of base layer, thermal base layer, just to wear under your clothes will help you just add an extra layer and keep you warm. You've also got to keep in mind that if anything were to happen on the mountain and you're out there for longer than you plan to, you need that extra warmth. If there's an injury or if for whatever reason you get stuck, it's good to have some extra layers. Also important are extremities, so make sure you've got a good pair of winter gloves, a good hat, and a buff. So the buff is something that goes between your base layer and your neck, just to keep that area warm, but you can also then pull it up and keep your face warm as well, because especially if it's windy, I hate when your mouth gets so numb that you can't talk. So a good buff, this is just a fleecy one from North Face. A good woolly hat, this one has like a fleece layer inside, which is really nice. You don't have to get that, but super warm ones for winter. This one's from Buff, but again, you can get beanies anywhere. And a really good pair of gloves. Your spring, autumn gloves aren't gonna cut it in winter. You need a really good pair of like snow gloves. These are from TREKMATES as well. They're Gore-Tex. Matterhorn Gore-Tex gloves, if you did want to look into these. This is not a TREKMATES ad, by the way. I just happen to have a lot of TREKMATES kit, but just invest in a decent pair of gloves. It'll just save you so much pain. Like frozen fingers are so painful. So yeah, look out for your extremities and keep your head and your hands warm. Something I would not recommend going on a hike without in winter is a head torch. You have much more limited daylight hours in winter than you do in summer, and even myself, I found myself spending more time on the mountains than I planned to and coming down in dusk or dark. So it's always important to have a head torch with you. And again, if anything went wrong, if you got injured, you need a light, you need a head torch. So always carry one with you. This is a PETZL ACTIK core. PETZL I've also had a PETZL TIKKA, but this is my current one and I love it. I can't rate it enough. It's quite bright. You can't really see, oh, you can see a little bit. So yeah, definitely always have a head torch with you, so important. Make sure it's charged, make sure it's got, good batteries in it. Never know when it's gonna come in handy. Now for general layering, so as I've mentioned, I would normally go for a pair of thermal base layers underneath my leggings or my trousers of choice, then a thermal base layer, then I would go for a fleecy mid layer, something like this. This is North Face, but DECATHLON, Mountain Warehouse have really affordable, nice fleeces. Any kind of nice thick fleecy mid layer just to keep you warm. Then on top of that, I would always recommend a puffy. This is a MONTANE anti-freeze down jacket, and this one in here is a RAB ELECTRON Pro down jacket. So I often opt for down in winter as opposed to synthetic. I feel like it's warmer, and I just feel like down jackets retain the volume in the padding, whereas synthetic jackets, mine get a little bit flat after a while. So I opt for down jackets. They can be expensive. They can be over £300, which I know is extortionate, but Obviously warmth is really important this time of year, and if you invest in a good down jacket, it's going to last you a long time. I would recommend looking on like eBay or secondhand stores, vintage, and go into charity shops, especially in outdoorsy places like Wales or the Lake District. Go into the charity shops there, because you'll find amazing bargains in there without having to spend an arm and a leg. So definitely recommend investing in a good down jacket to keep you warm, and of course a waterproof. So obviously the weather is so much more unpredictable this time of year, all year round really. If you can, I would keep a good waterproof just packed in the bottom of your bag. This is a Montane Spirit jacket, and it is Gore-Tex. Again, I'd recommend Gore-Tex if you can get it, because it is that extra element of waterproofness. But again, they can be expensive, so I'd look online, I'd look on secondhand stores, etc. If not, just go and find the best waterproof jacket that you can find, something that you like, something that's affordable, as long as you've got something. And again, I would recommend sizing up in waterproof jackets, because if need be, you might want to put this on top of your puffy and have a fourth layer if it's that cold or if it's that wet. So even if you look like a snowman, which I definitely have a few times, the most important thing is being warm and staying dry. So those are my 10 things. No, they're not. I've got one more. Okay, so the final thing I would recommend taking, which I cannot live without in winter, are hand warmers. So hand warmers and feet warmers, and they also do body warmers. And these are like little sachets that once you open the pack and they reach the cold air, they activate and they produce heat. They're actually really good. They get pretty hot, and they can last up to 8 hours with heat. So there are feet warmers, and these actually have a sticky part, and they stick to the underside of your socks inside your boots. And then the hand warmers that you can put into your gloves or keep in your pockets. And then there's body warmers as well, which again, they're sticky and they can stick to like your clothing or the inside of your clothing. You know, if you were to ever get stuck on a mountain for whatever reason, these could be an absolute lifesaver. Whereas if a rechargeable one runs out, you can't do anything about it. So just another final essential item from me is hand warmers, whatever brand you want. And an extra little thing I would always recommend is taking like a hot flask of coffee or hot chocolate. This is only cheap. It was from B&M Bargains. I think it was like £2 or £3, and yet this keeps my hot chocolate warm for like 5-6 hours, and is such a welcome little warm treat when you're a few hours into a cold hike. So I'd always recommend, if you can, to take a hot drink. And again, in terms of cost, Decathlon is incredible. It's huge. It has pretty much everything you could ever need. Go Outdoors has good discounts on sometimes. Always look on eBay, vintage, secondhand stores. And yeah, let me know if you've got any questions. But that is all of my winter hiking essentials that I recommend, that I use myself. As always, take a safety kit. As always, just be safe and mindful and cautious in the mountains all year round, but especially in winter. But thank you so much for watching the video. I hope it's been helpful. If it has, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll only take a second to click it, but it will really help my channel and my account grow. And share this video if you feel like it will be helpful to anybody else. And let me know what you think in the comments. But thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to make a lot more videos this year. The end of winter and then going into spring, summer, I have some big plans. So stay tuned, subscribe, jump and follow my Instagram, Grace's Adventures, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.